What is up, Ladder Climbers? Antoine Wade here from Elevate to the Unknown, the way reported nextgenhikes.com, and it is Monday, February the 2nd, 2026, 7:27 a.m. Central, and we are live on the Daily Climb, guys. Today, I need to tell you about a number that defines the new economy. $527 billion. That's what Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, and Google plan to spend this year on AI infrastructure. $527 billion. Meanwhile, in the last 30 days alone, these same companies eliminated over 55,000 jobs. Nike, they just cut 775 distribution workers. Their statement used one word 3 times. Guess what that word was, guys? Automation. And Apple, they just posted the biggest quarter in their history. 143.8 billion in revenue. iPhone sales up 23%. Tim Cook called demand staggering. So what's actually happening? Some companies are building, some companies are cutting, and the data that we rely on to tell the difference, it is breaking. Fed Chair Jerome Powell said it best last month. What do you do when driving through the fog? You slow down. That's what you do. And today, we cut through the fog. This is the Daily Climb. I'm Antoine Wade. Let's get to work. But before we get to work, let's see who's all in the house first, okay? We got Danny in the house. Good to see you, Danny, with all the energy. We got the Life of Cam back in the house from the long trip home. Good to see you, Life of Cam. Big Suggs is in the house. Good to see you as well. Our man, Big Suggs, with the beautiful voice. We got Sandra in the house. Good to see you, Sandra. Good day. Good morning, everybody. Let's get to work, guys, okay? Because this is going to be a fantastic show. And I'm going to show you all the data and what the data is saying, okay? Let's start with the contrast. Because this market has split into 2 camps. You got builders on one side, and you got cutters on the other side. And where you work determines which side that you are on. Okay? Apple. Let's go there first. They just reported 143.8 billion in quarterly revenue. That is up 16% year over year. I want you guys to listen to Bloomberg's podcast on Apple Q1 products real quick. Let me go to this video, let you guys listen in to what the analysts are saying about Apple, okay?
Tim Cook gets to keep his job, right? At least for now. This is a massive quarter. This is a home run, their greatest quarter ever by orders of magnitude. It's a gigantic beat on overall revenue. China is back. You have a big beat on the iPhone in particular. $85 billion quarter is just insane. The installed base, 2.5 billion. The numbers are just beyond excellent. We could ignore the fact that they missed on wearables, home and accessories. We can ignore the fact they missed on Mac. We could ignore the fact that they barely crossed expectations on services. I guess none of that matters when the iPhone is selling so well.
Yeah.
But still, there's the big existential question of what's next. It's an important question because of AI, and Apple absolutely needs to figure out its AI strategy. There needs to be an AI reckoning of some sort there. But they just bought themselves a very long time with this just insanely great quarter.
So you heard it. iPhone revenue alone, $85.3 billion, up 23%. Tim Cook, what he said on the earnings call, his exact words, the demand for the iPhone was simply staggering. We set all-time records across every geographic segment. That was what he said. Now here's what matters for positioning. Apple's R&D spending is up 19% year over year. And guess what they are doing, guys? They are hiring, but they're hiring selectively. iOS development, they're hiring in. AI machine learning, they're hiring in. Services infrastructure, they are hiring in. Guess what, guys? Apple is a builder. They are investing in product. They are investing in people who build product. I want you guys to type Apple in the chat if you see the difference. Okay, type Apple in the chat. Now let's go to the other side. All right. Let's go to the other side. Nike. They announced 775 job cuts last week. Distribution centers in Tennessee and Mississippi. Okay. Here's the company statement. We are refining our supply chain presence, accelerating the adoption of cutting edge technology and automation. Let me show you what this looks like. Let's go to the Nike video real quick. Okay. Let me show you what this looks like. This is what this looks like. Automation in Nike's facilities. You see, and you're going to see robotic arms, sorting boxes, moving product. A lot of these facilities have no humans in sight. This is Nike's third consecutive year of layoffs. Their net income dropped 32% last quarter. Now, I want you guys to connect the dots. UPS, 30,000 job cuts, citing automation. Amazon, 16,000 job cuts while investing billions in AI. Nike, 775 job cuts, citing automation. The logistics and distribution sector is ground zero for displacement, guys. Robots are handling sorting. AI is handling routing. Humans handling less. I want you guys to type logistics in the chat if you work in distribution or warehousing. Type logistics in the chat if you work in distribution or warehousing. Okay? Type it in the chat. Now, the opportunity signal. I want to take you there because SpaceX and xAI are in merger discussions. Many of you guys don't know this, but they are in merger discussions right now. Reuters reported it last week. 2 Nevada entities were formed on January the 21st. If this deal closes, the combined valuation could exceed $1 trillion. $1 trillion. I want you guys to look at this real quick. Look at this. I'm going to show you a picture of satellites going into orbit. Check this out.
Launched Starlink Group 6-1. This was their first block of mini Starlink V2 satellites, and that comes with a change in design, adding a few new features and a new deployment system which doesn't leave the tension rods floating as debris in space. And this gives us a new camera angle. This is from the top of the tension rods looking down on the satellite stack in the second stage. Watch as the tension rod moves across and you can see the satellites already separating out. It's pretty cool because we get to see the satellites, the second stage, and Earth of course moving in the background. You can see the camera attached to the top of the tension rod in these pre-flight photos. Also visible during the deployment is this aluminium honeycomb crush core, which is presumably there to absorb any impact energy should these hit the second stage.
That's the satellite. The satellite train deploying in orbit. 10,000 plus satellites controlling global internet infrastructure. Think about what that combined entity would control. You're talking about Grok AI. 10,000 plus Starlink satellites. The world's most active rocket launch provider. Potentially space-based data centers. Jobs at this combined entity sit at the intersection of 2 hottest sectors. You're talking about AI and you're talking about space. Satellite AI engineers, space systems architects, orbital operations specialists. The money is moving there. The question is whether you're positioned to follow it. Okay. Now, here's the data that explains everything. Indeed just released new hiring timelines, the numbers behind it. Average time from job postings to hire, 49 days. That's the highest since early 2019. For tech roles specifically, 57 days, up from 42 days in March 2021. Corey Stahal is an economist at Indeed Hiring Lab. Here's what he had to say. Quote, longer hiring times paired with muted overall hiring activity suggests that finding a job may prove difficult for many job seekers in 2026. Translation, employers can wait, but you can't. I want you guys to type 49 in the chat if you felt that weight. Okay. If you felt that weight, however, it takes you a long time to land a job. Type 49 in the chat. Okay. So here's what we know. Builders like Apple are hiring. Cutters like Nike are automating. The hiring timeline has stretched to 49 days average, but numbers only tell part of the story. Let's look at real people navigating this market right now. Okay. Right now, we're going to go into the case study segment. I want you guys to stay with me on this segment. Okay. These are real stories from real people. Same company, same layoff wave, two very different outcomes. Okay. Let me tell you about a 28-year-old IT engineer who worked at Amazon for 4 years. I came across his article in Business Insider this morning. We're going to jump over there real quick, get to my desktop. Okay. Let's jump over to the Business Insider. Business Insider has some really good career news, career articles this morning. This is him. Okay. IT support engineer, James Wong, worked at Amazon for 4 years, laid off in October. He found out by text message. His exact words to Business Insider: I got an automated text from Amazon telling me to check my personal email before clocking in. Here's where he stands today. 200 plus applications, 5 interviews, no job. He's the breadwinner, has a young son, has a mortgage. His exact words, quote, the job market has felt like a brick wall. Now, here's a detail that matters. He was a remote employee. He believes that made him more vulnerable. Amazon's return to office mandate created pressure for him. Even if your team was remote, even if you were a high performer, remote workers face higher displacement risk. He's targeting cloud support and IT systems engineer roles. He wants remote work. He wants 6 figures. The market isn't cooperating with what he wants. I want you guys to type remote in the chat if you feel that frustration. This is James Wong. Okay. Great article this morning. I'm going to take you to case study number 2. Okay. This is a contrast. 27-year-old also laid off Amazon in October. Same month, same company. All right. Let's go here. She landed a new job in 2 weeks. How? Well, what she told Business Insider, this is what she said. Take time to process and grieve if you need it. Reflect on what you actually want in your next role. Reach out to your network and ask for help. She added this. Looking back, I see the layoff as a turning point because it helped me with clarity in the clarity that I wanted. Same layoff, different approach, different outcome. The lesson isn't that one is better than the other. The first person has valid constraints. He has, he's working remote, lives in a different city. He has a family. He has a mortgage. The second person has flexibility. The lesson is that your network and your clarity matter more than your resume in this market. Okay. Now I want to take you to another case study here. This is a great one from Business Insider today. Check out what that headline says. Ex-Meta engineer says he asked for a demotion, but that was easier said than done. Now, let's talk about something that nobody talks about. What happens when you get promoted past your position? So a senior staff engineer at Meta came from Google after 14 and a half years. His exact words on LinkedIn: I did not fit in perfectly. It is very hard to achieve all of that when you join a company as a new hire from another company and work from a remote office. Here's what he said hit him. He said on day one, he knew less than the intern sitting next to him at a senior staff level. Meta's performance reviews were brutal. He was being judged against people who'd been there for years. He knew he was performing at maybe one level below where he was hired. So he asked for a demotion. And guess what Meta said? Meta said no. So guess what he did? He went back to Google. The lesson is sometimes the title trap is real. Sometimes staying at your level at the right company beats stretching for a title at the wrong company. I want you guys to type level in the chat if you ever felt over positioned. Type level in the chat. Okay? In this segment, guys, we talked about three people, three different situations, but one common thread. The market rewards clarity. The market rewards your network. The market punishes rigidity. Okay? But here's the thing. Even if you have clarity, even if you have a network, the system we rely on to understand this market is breaking. Let me show you, okay? Let's go to the macro view. I want you guys to stay with me on this segment, okay? Not a story that should concern everyone. And I want you guys to stay with me on this one because nobody's covering this. Business Insider, they just published a deep dive called Driving Through the Fog. All right. Driving Through the Fog. This is the article right here. America's economy is driving through the fog. Here's what's happening. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, the BLS, where I go and get a lot of the data for this show, where I go and get a lot of the data for the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel to talk about jobs and so forth. The BLS is the gold standard for economic data. It is breaking. In July of 2025, President Trump fired BLS Commissioner Erica MacArthur. Okay. After one jobs report showed revisions, normal revisions within historical norms. Okay. Fired her, got rid of her. Jed Coco at the Peterson Institute called it, quote, 5 alarm intentional harm to the integrity of the U.S. economic data. But here's the bigger problem. The 43-day government shutdown in October and November led to the first gap in unemployment data since 1948. Let me say that again. The modern unemployment rate has been published continuously for 78 years until now. The Consumer Price Index, our main measure of inflation, went unpublished for the first time since 1947. And it gets worse. BLS headcount fell 13% between 2024 and early 2026. The survey response rate from business has been declining for years. I want you guys to type data in the chat if this concerns you. Okay. Now, here's why this matters for your career. Because many of you are like, Antoine, why does this even matter for my career? Well, here's why. An August 2025 poll found that 45% of Americans distrust federal economic data. Only 42% trust it. Ain't that something? Only 21% of people believe the government's unemployment count is accurate. We've been talking about this for years. We've been talking about it for quite some time. If you go over TikTok or Instagram or YouTube and people are talking about the state of the economy and jobs and people laying off and so forth, people are telling you that it's not good. The headlines are saying that it's not good, but unemployment is at 4.4%. So there's no wonder why people distrust what's coming from out of the Fed's economic data. Now, the Fed uses this data to set interest rates. Banks use this data to make lending decisions. Companies use this data to plan to hire. Okay? If the data is degrading, everyone is flying blind. I want you guys to listen to Fed Chair Jerome Powell say it himself. Okay? I came across a snippet from Jerome Powell saying that they are flying blind. Check this out, okay? Listen to what he says here.
Doing too much could also do unnecessary harm to the economy. As is often the case, we are navigating by the stars under cloudy skies. In such circumstances,
you heard him. What do you do when driving through the fog? You slow down. Okay? That's what you do. You slow down. You're navigating under the cloudy skies. That's what he said. The Fed isn't confident in the data. So they are being cautious, which means rates stay higher, which means hiring stays low, which means you wait longer. Now, one piece of good news, January 30th, which was Friday, Trump, he nominated Brett Matsumoto as a new BLS commissioner. Okay. He's a former BLS economist. Economists on both sides welcome the pick. But guess what? The damage is done. And repairing trust takes years. So what do you do when the system is flying blind? Well, you build your own intelligence. You find your own data sources. You listen to the people. You stop waiting for someone to tell you what's happening. That's what we do here on the Daily Climb Show. Every single morning at 7 a.m. Central. We don't wait for the government to tell us the market has shifted. We look at YouTube videos. We look at TikTok videos. We look at the headlines. We report on that. We watch the earnings calls. We track the layoff filings. We read the CEO statements. Because by the time the official data catches up, guess what? It is too late. It is too late. The economy is flying blind. The Fed is flying blind. But you don't have to be. Now let me show you who's adapting and exactly how they're doing it, okay? Stay with me on this next segment. We talked about a lot of problems earlier in the segments and in this show. Enough of the problems. Enough about the problems. Let's talk about who's adapting and how. Okay. But first, before we get there, if you're watching this and thinking, Antoine, I don't even know where to start. I don't know if my job is at risk. I don't know what skills actually matter. Well, I built something for you. The 2026 Career Protection Playbook. And it's free. It shows you your risk zone for AI automation. The 5 skills that actually matter in 2026. A 30-day quick start action plan. A weekend action plan with 5 specific moves. And the Daily Climb newsletter delivered Monday through Friday. The professionals who survive in 2026 are not waiting for permission. They are building career insurance right now. Link is in the description. Download it today. Okay? the career playbook, the 2026 career playbook. Now, let me show you what adaptation looks like in action. All right. Stay with me on this segment. MassPay is a payments company based in Las Vegas. Their CEO had a problem. Employees were afraid of AI. They thought it would, just like any other employee, they thought it would replace them. Okay. So he created a profit sharing program tied to AI efficiency. Here's how it works. The company sets aside money that it needs to operate and grow. Any profit beyond that goes into a pool. Employees get a share based on their salary. Last year, participants received 18% of their annual salary. This year, they are expecting 50%. Okay. Ain't that something? Crazy, huh? Here's what AI efficiency looks like in practice. Take a look at this video on Microsoft Agents 365. Okay, I'm not going to play the sound, but this is what agents look like. We build some of these in our Patreon. That's AI handling workflows, processing documents, doing the repetitive work. That's the result at MassPay. They plan to hire 5 people in 2025. They didn't need to. AI made existing employees more productive. Application processing went from 1 week to 24 hours. The CEO's exact words: AI isn't replacing existing employees. Everybody wants to be part of a winning team. That's what he said. This is the alignment model. When employees benefit from AI adoption, they adopt AI. Okay. If your company isn't doing this, you should probably ask why, or find a company that is. All right. Find a company that is. Let's talk about opportunity number 2. Came across this one as well. Thought it was a great share. McKinsey, the consulting company, they just changed their legendary interview process. Okay, I came across this one in Business Insider as well this morning. It's like, man, this is a good article. Let me share this with the ladder climbers here. Okay. They just changed their legendary interview process. Let me go to the article. It's in here somewhere. There we go. Look at that. How AI is changing the storied McKinsey interview. They're now testing candidates on AI. McKinsey built an internal chatbot called Lily. It synthesizes 100 years of proprietary research, over 100,000 documents. 70% of McKinsey's 45,000 employees use it, about 17 times per week. Now they are piloting Lily in interviews. Candidates have to demonstrate that they can work with AI under ambiguity. Boston Consulting Group, BCG, has a similar chatbot called Casey. They use it in automated interview portions as well. Okay. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Here's the details that should wake you up. BCG's Dallas office stopped reviewing cover letters entirely because they're too easy to write with ChatGPT. And some candidates have been caught using AI during Zoom interviews, trying to get answers in real time. They were immediately rejected and blacklisted across firms. The author of the book Consulting Interviews said this: word gets around. The firms are always in constant contact. The lesson: AI literacy is now being tested at the most elite companies in the world. If you can't demonstrate AI competency, you won't get past the interview. Okay? Type AI in the chat if you're building these skills. Type it in the chat. Now, let me give you something tactical. A growth leader, at an AI powered resume company has done 500 free support calls with job seekers since July. It's another Business Insider article. Okay. I'm an AI resume builder who's helped hundreds of recently laid off workers. Here's my advice for people looking for work in 2026. Well, his company analyzed 1.2 million applications across 225,000 resumes. Here's what he found. Your North Star should be application to interview conversion rate, not numbers of applications. His rule, if you're not getting interviews within 20 applications, definitely within 50, something is wrong with your resume or your targeting. Now, here's the hack. Use Google search as a job board. Every company that posts a job wants it indexed by Google. A simple search for data analyst jobs pulls from every job board. And here's the surprise. 2-page resumes are outperforming 1-page resumes across all experience levels. His exact words, quote, "It's not about the length. It's the quality of the content as it matches the job description," end quote. And one more thing, show impact, not just metrics. Don't just say I did X, which had Y result. Add the Z. Here's why it mattered. I want you guys to type conversion in the chat if you're going to track this metric. Type it in the chat, okay? AI literacy. This is the gentleman in the Business Insider article. His name is Sam Wright, and he has done around 500 support calls with job seekers since July. If you want the full application to interview conversion framework, the resume templates, the AI skills roadmap, I want you guys to join the Patreon, patreon.com/Black Heights. Saturday mornings, we build together. We review resumes. We build AI tools. We build chatbots. We build agents. We climb together. Link is in the description, okay? www.patreon.com/Black Heights. So the playbook is clear, guys. Align your incentives with AI adoption like MassPay. Build AI literacy like McKinsey demands. Track your conversion rate like a professional. Now let me show you the proof that it works from people in this community, the Black Heights Patreon community. Okay? Let's show you proof that it works. We had a good call on Saturday. We was missing our brother Cam. We certainly was missing Cam, but we had a really good call on Saturday. Let's talk about what happened. Proof. We just covered how McKinsey and BCG are testing AI literacy in interviews. Here's what our community did on Saturday morning. One of our members showed up with 5 custom AI agents that he built. 5 of them. He's in the chat. His name is Big Suggs. He built a voiceover boss expert for scripts and industry guidance. He built an innovation agent called Brainstorming for brainstorming, an AI solutions agent for his small business clients, a memory master agent that he uses daily, a calisthenics coach for training goals. This is what AI literacy looks like. Not just using ChatGPT, building custom tools for specific problems. And he's doing it exactly the way that we are talking about and in exactly how these elite companies are now testing for. Okay. Another member demonstrated Meta's AI studio, Brother Jabron. Okay. He's in the chat too. He demonstrated Meta's AI studio. I don't use Meta's AI, but he does. Okay. And he showed us how he uses it. The AI studio lets you create AI avatars attached to your Instagram account. He built something called the Algorithm Advantage Agent, It answers social media marketing questions, so prospects don't have to wait for DM responses. And here's the next level. He's planning to run ads that promote conversations with AI. Not conversations with him, but conversations with his AI. That is what you call leverage. That's what building looks like in 2026. Okay. Another member completed her Google Data Analytics certification. 4 months of work. Name is Evelyn, part of our community. Did a fantastic job of building her or getting her AI certification. Absolutely crushed it. Now she's learning prompting. And she said it's all clicking together. This is the stack. Technical certification plus AI competency. That combination is what the market is paying for right now. Another member is building an app that she was stuck on the code. Then she tried something. She prompted the AI to act as a senior manager at Google, reviewing her code. The results improved significantly. That's prompt engineering. That's the skill that McKinsey is now testing in interviews. She figured it out on Saturday morning. She figured it out. Okay. One member came back after falling off some. He admitted it, and he committed to pressing reset. That's the hardest win to announce, but it might be the most important because this market will knock you down. Getting back up is the strategy. I want you guys to type reset in the chat if you needed to hear that. Okay. And quick note, based on your feedback about navigation, I reorganized the entire Patreon. Use AI to build organized collections. Got a start here path, a job hunting resources path, an AI building resources path, a certifications resources path, an entrepreneurship path. And if you've been a member and felt lost, go back in. It's a lot cleaner now. Okay. Now, I need to tell you guys about something that I am building. You just heard what our community members are doing. They are building AI agents. They are stacking certifications. They are learning prompt engineering. That's what happens when you show up on Saturday mornings. But some of you have told me, Antoine, I need more. I need structure. I need accountability. I need someone looking at my situation. So guess what I did? I built it. Career Accelerator 90. Okay. That's what it's called. The Career Accelerator 90. A 12-week high-touch execution sprint. We build your AI agent stack together, resume tailoring, interview coaching, network mapping, business building if that's your path. And this isn't a course that you watch and forget. This is execution with me in your corner and other people. Beta price is $997. Full price will be $1,400 or more. We are targeting March or April for our launch. If you want the details, if you want on the early list, go to nextgenheights.com/accelerator. That's nextgenheights.com/accelerator or email me on my email, antoine.wade@blkheights.com. Link will be in the description. Okay. I'll share more as we get closer. But if you've been waiting for an intensive version, this is it. I want you guys to type accelerator in the chat if you want me to keep posting this. If you want me to keep you posted on when this is going to open. Okay. Type accelerator in the chat. Now, here's your action plan for this week based on everything that we just covered. Okay. Got to give you the actions. We can't just show up and talk about a whole bunch of stuff without you actually having takeaways for the show, right? That would be irresponsible of me, like the news that you watch. Here's your action plan for this week, okay? Based on everything that we just covered. Monday through Tuesday. That's today and tomorrow. Calculate your application to interview conversion rate. If it's below 5%, your resume needs work. If it's below 2%, you are targeting wrong. Wednesday through Thursday, try the Google job search hack. Search your target role plus jobs. Apply to 3 positions that you wouldn't have found otherwise. On Friday, the job report drops. Watch how market reacts. Adjust your positioning accordingly. This weekend, start one AI certification. Could be Microsoft Copilot, could be AWS AI Fundamentals, it could be Oracle, could be Google Cloud AI. Just pick one and start. I want you guys to type weekend in the chat if you're going to commit to this, if you haven't done so already. Okay? If you want accountability, if you want to ask specific questions about your situation, join us on Saturday mornings, patreon.com/Black Heights. We are building AI tools together. We review resumes together. We need to. We're climbing together. Okay? We're debugging apps together. Link is in the description of the video. The proof is in the room. People are building. People are adapting. People are getting results. Now let me bring it all together, okay? Let me bring it all together. Three things to remember from today's show. Number one, the market has split into builders and cutters. Apple posted record revenue, hiring in R&D. Nike cut 775 workers, automating distribution. $527 billion is flowing into AI infrastructure. 55,000 job cuts in 30 days in tech, just tech itself. So the money moved. You need to move with it. Okay. Takeaway number 2. The data that we rely on is breaking. The Bureau of Labor Statistics had its first data gap in 78 years. The Fed is driving through the fog. 45% of Americans don't trust their economic data. When the system is uncertain, you need your own intelligence. And that is what we do here every single morning at 7 a.m. Central. Okay. Takeaway number 3. AI literacy is now a job requirement. McKinsey tests it in interviews. BCG tests it in interviews. If you know these big, large consulting companies with all the smart people, the Harvard graduates, the Stanford graduates, the Northwestern graduates, if they're testing people for it, you know other companies are going to follow suit. Okay? Companies like MassPay, they reward it with profit sharing. If you can't demonstrate AI competency, you won't survive the next round of cuts. Period. Okay? Tomorrow, Disney earnings dropped this morning. We'll break down what the streaming wars mean for media jobs. Plus, Microsoft return to the office mandate is in full effect. We'll cover what RTO means for your negotiation leverage. And if you can't catch the live show every single morning, make sure you are subscribed to our newsletter. Every weekday, you get a full recap, the data, the stories, the strategies delivered straight into your inbox, Monday through Friday. Link is in the description of this show. If this show has helped you see the market a little bit clearer, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so to this show yet. Subscribe to the channel, The Wave Report. Okay? We are pushing towards 2,000 on The Wave Report. On the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel, we are at 118,000. We moved the show from the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel to the Wave Report. Just to separate things. Okay? But every subscriber that we get help us reach more people navigating this market. Okay? Link is in the description of the video. Get the full recap before your mid-afternoon meeting. Subscribe. Turn on the notifications. 7 a.m. Central. Monday through Friday. We do this together. The market is uncertain, guys. The market is uncertain. The data is uncertain. But your positioning doesn't have to be. Many of you guys who have been rocking me for a long time, you showed up today. You got the intelligence. Now all you need to do is execute. This is the Daily Climb. I'm Antoine Wade. Keep climbing, okay? Keep climbing. Jason, good to see you, my man. Forge AI Solutions, good to see you. Big Suggs, good to see you. Wayne, you, good to see you. Andre Oliver, good to see you, man. Desi, it's in the house, good to see you. Aquarius Vibe, good to see you. I'm Nike, good to see you today. You got Jay Park in the house, good to see you. Who else is in the house today? I see you all in the house. Guys, go and crush your Monday. It's the start of a new week. Okay? Start of a new week. Make sure you go out there and deliver. Execute. 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 You don't execute. Nobody else is going to do it for you. So you might as well take advantage of it doing it yourself. All right? That's how I say it. Go out there and crush it today. Guys, have a good rest of your Monday. Crush it. We will see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central. Take care now. Bye-bye.